Okay, so today I'm gonna explain the male reproductive system and each organ. This is the bladder. This is the seminal vesicle that is a gland and it's supposed to manage liquids from the semen. Then, this is the vas referens that it's like a tube and it travels inside it. It travels the semen and it's supposed to go through the urethra. That the urethra is also for the urine in the urinary system. Then the penis is where the sperms mature so they can go out. The testis is where the semen is produced and the sperms, and then the scrotum protects the testes, and that's it.
Okay guys, so right now we're going to explain the relationship between the pituitary gland and the brain. So basically the pituitary gland is the one that controls the male reproductive system. So, well, actually the human pituitary gland is the size of a blueberry, yet it secretes many hormones. Two sets of hypothalamic neurosecretory cells produce antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin and transport them to the posterior pituitary, because actually the pituitary gland has two parts, the posterior and the...
So now I'm gonna explain the female reproductive system. This is the female reproductive system. It's conformed by the vagina, the cervix, the endometrium, the uterus, the ovary, fallopian tube, and fimbriae. So the vagina, it's the outside of the female reproductive system, and it's supposed to help with menstruation, childbirth, and penetration. The cervix, it's like the mouth of the uterus, and it's supposed to help with menstruation also. The endometrium is the part that follows to the uterus. The uterus, it's all these, and the ovary, it's supposed to produce ovules. Well, not produce. We already have an amount of ovules for all of our lives, and it's where they are protected, and then they go through the fallopian tube and go to the uterus. And if there's a sperm, they would stay there and be the pregnancy process, and if not, they would go out through the vagina.
Okay guys, so right now we're going to explain the vulva, which is basically the system outside the vagina. Includes the clitoris, the vagina, the urethra, the labia minora, and the labia majora. So this is the part of the female reproductive system that is visible from the outside. This is the part that we already explained, which is the vagina, and it's a tube that eggs or a baby can come out, as Fátima already explained. And for example, here we can find the hymen, the cervix, the urinary bladder, etc. Now the uterus, which is this part inside the vagina, holds onto a fertilized egg or sperm. You need to grow it into a pre-baby and baby. If there's no fertilized cell, the lining washes out about once a month after puberty. That's why we have our period, because well, if you don't get pregnant, that part is extracted from our body. This is the cervix, and if sperm are around, they have to swim through to make it to an egg. These are the fallopian tubes, as Fátima already explained, that basically carry the ovules, which are the eggs, and they sometimes meet and fertilize. These are the ovaries, which produce the ovules, and yeah, that's where the ovules are contained. And these are the female sex. This is the female sex cell or gamete. Okay, so right now I'm going to explain what's the relationship that the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland has. So, well, basically, the hypothalamus is a region on our brain that controls the pituitary gland, and that one secretes many different hormones, some of which affect other glands. Right now, we're going to focus on the sexual part, which is controlled by the pituitary gland. In this case, in the male reproductive system, it is the testis that secretes male sex hormones, and in the female reproductive system is the ovary that secretes female sex hormones. So, I guess that if that part of your brain is damaged or over the years, then that's when your sexual life is going to be affected, and at some point of your life, you're going to stop reproducing this either ovaries or the testis hormone.
Now I'm gonna explain some of the birth control methods. This is for female and male. This is a condom. It's made from latex, and it's supposed to go around the penis. And in the female case, it's supposed to go inside the vagina. And next, we're gonna explain how to use it. Okay, so the female condom has two parts. One that it's gonna go up your vagina until the cervix, and then the other one is gonna be on the outside. So you're supposed to grab this part with the applicator, and you're supposed to insert it until it touches your cervix, and you need to get the condom to be like exposed to your vagina. It's kind of like a tampon. Like you need to put it like up to the cervix so it won't be harmful or anything. Like if you put it in the correct way, it won't be harmful or anything, and you would be birth controlling yourself. Okay, so now I'm gonna explain how to use the male condom. So here it's a graphic explanation. You're supposed to grab like the little bomb that the condom has and place it at the top of the penis when it is erected, and then slowly grab it and pull it down until it's all the way through. You're supposed to cover all the penis, and this bomb is supposed to stay without like stretching, because when the male gets out its sperm and semen, it's supposed to stay there and it won't explode if you leave this space. Okay, so there are different birth control methods. There are hormone control methods, and the other ones that you have to like place in your body, and they are not hormonal. So the pill is hormonal, and you're supposed to go to a doctor, and he would give you a recipe, and you would be able to buy it in the pharmacy and be taking it every day at the same time. You need to go to a doctor for that. The hormonal ring, you're supposed to put it inside your vagina onto the cervix, and it's supposed to stay in there for the whole month, and you're supposed to take it out when you're gonna have your menstruation. Then the UID or DIU, that is a hormonal method, and you need to go to a doctor so he can put it inside your uterus, and it would stay there, and it would last for 5 years or 10 years. It's more. Another method is the coitus interruptus. This is not recommended because it won't protect you from sex diseases, sex transmitted diseases, and this is supposed to happen when the male it's gonna take out the semen. It's supposed to take the penis out of the vagina, and this would interrupt the birth, the fertilization, and this is a birth control method, but I won't recommend it because also the preseminal liquid can get you pregnant, so this is not recommended, but you can use it if you want. Then the calendar rhythm method, the female is supposed to count her days so she could see where her fertilized window is open, and then when the menstruation is gonna come and everything, and you can like kind of rate your period, and you would have sex when there's no risk. Then the patch, you can buy it in the pharmacy, and you're supposed to put it near your vagina, on the back and on your back right here, and you can't put it on the breast. Then the diaphragm, this is for the females. It's kind of like a little bowl like this, and you need to buy a little gel, and the gel goes inside the thingy, and then you're supposed to insert it through your cervix, and it will stay there during the sex, and then yes. So this, you can use it while you're having sex, and then you can take it out. You are not supposed to leave it there, and this is recommended, and it won't protect you from sex diseases. So you can use either of these. Please use them.
So in conclusion, we think that all the people should be aware of the birth control methods, and you should actually get to know your body and your reproductive system, because if you are not informed, you will probably make some mistakes when you're having sex, or maybe when you don't want to get pregnant. So it's very, very important for you to actually get informed about this topic.
If you are starting your sexual life, you should get to know yourself and get to know your partner. So both of you would be taking care of yourselves, and don't get pregnant at a young age. And just have fun. It's not a bad thing to do, but you should take care of yourselves and get to know each other.
Oh, and you should go to a doctor first. That's very important, because if you just like do it yourself without knowing, probably also you're going to make a mistake. And
also each female body, it's different, so each method it's for each body, so you should go to a doctor, and he would recommend you the best one for your body.